to the channel. It's a new beautiful day here in central Mississippi. Today we're actually going to be digging some potatoes, harvesting a few more things because we're at that point in the year where we're at weekly harvest, and eventually we're going to get to every couple day harvest, and then every other day, and then eventually every day harvest. But today I know we need to get the potatoes dug, especially before it rains. I think it's supposed to rain this afternoon or tomorrow, and I want to go ahead and get them done because the plants have died back pretty well, and I want to just get that bed cleared out because it's an eyesore to me. I don't like to look at them when they're half dead like that. And look, guess who we have outside with us today? Brianna is outside. Brie, you want to say hey? She's not happy. We brought her out of the air conditioning. It's nice and cool outside, so I made her a nice little pallet to sit on. So she's sitting out here and getting some vitamin D with me today. She's not too happy, but after she sits out here a little while, she'll be all right. So I'll bring her back inside in a little while, and she'll be just fine, and she'll take her a nice little nap. So she's going to spend the day with us out inside in the garden, but she'll be relaxing right here on her little pad in the shade of the tree with the breeze and all that while I do all the work. So we also have the puppers out today. Luca, you say hey? Can you say hey? No? How about you, Layla? You want to say hey? Do you say hey? Who's a good girl? Yes, you are. And we also have, there comes Liza. Where's she at? There's a little bad Liza. Stop that. You'll be nice. Liza, you want to say hey? Liza, you gonna say hey, or are you just gonna walk around? They're gonna fight right now. They're just play fighting. So we're gonna spend the day outside. We're gonna get some garden stuff done while we're out here. I know we have some green beans that also really need to be harvested before they get stringy. And yeah, I'm gonna start off though with just a quick time lapse of some garden work that I got done during the week. I wasn't out here too often, but I did get out here and do just a little bit. So I'll share that with you first, and then I see squash that I need to get harvested and just some other odds and ends that really need to be done. So yeah, we'll get started. But y'all, look at all these lilies. Oh my gosh. I shared a short on these the other day, but more of them have opened, and lilies are one of my favorite flowers. I like lilies, carnations, stuff like that. So, and you'll find out quickly, I don't like the color red too much. So you'll see flowers from almost every other different color besides red. So unless it's a marigold, I'll stand it if it's on a marigold. But other than that, I'm just not really into red. But anyway, long story short, we're going to go ahead and get started with today's jobs and just bring you along as we get it done. Alrighty, so just finished for today. We have to come back out here again tomorrow. I do have some cucumbers that I still have left to harvest, and then by tomorrow, the green beans that I kind of skipped over today, those will actually be ready. So tomorrow is going to be Sunday, May something. I don't even know. I'll put it on the screen because I don't even know. The week tends to bleed in together when you work full time, run with kids that are graduating, doing their thing, and then coming outside the garden, things run together. And so do the days. So, anyway, so we went ahead. I have all of the potatoes except for one bucket has been harvested. They're in the wheelbarrow inside of the garage, waiting to be processed on, well, not processed, but to be set out to cure. I'll take care of that tomorrow or later this afternoon. I really probably be tomorrow, and I'll try to bring you along with me if I remember. Just because we're taking my baby son who graduated last night. Congratulations, Donovan. We're taking him out to eat this afternoon, so I need to get inside. I had to kind of cut my day short as far as that goes. But anyway, so we got some more squash harvested. I have some more cucumbers that I will be harvesting tomorrow, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and harvest a couple of my tomatoes while they're green. My neighbor, the lovely, lovely neighbor that I have, she knows who she is. I'm going to be bringing her a nice little gift of some squash and not squash, sorry, cucumbers and green tomatoes because I think they like to fry the green tomatoes. Um, I don't like them. I've had them one time in my life. Again, just something else I don't like. But anyway, yeah. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, we got our first blueberries that were ready today, and I went ahead and I picked them and ate them already. So, so strawberries and blueberries have been my snack in the garden today. So at least it's a little bit of variety now instead of just nonstop strawberries. The other thing that we have going on, my kiwi plant that's right over here is growing now. Is actually hooked onto the trellis and is going up the trellis. So I'm very happy about that. My butterfly pea plants, they're starting to pick up now that the weather's getting a lot hotter. So they're picking up now, and pretty soon this trellis will be covered with these butterfly peas, as well as that trellis right there all the way in the back, the other arch. Not this one where the beans are, but this one back here. That one will be covered with butterfly peas as well, the blue butterfly peas now, because I use the flowers to make tea and stuff. So, but I'll bring you along as I harvest the flowers once they start coming in. Um, so yeah, I think we're going to be done for today. So what will happen is I'm just going to make this whole weekend into one huge video. So I'll go ahead and I'll bring you back tomorrow when we're back out here. Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we have a couple jobs that we have to do. What do I have to do? First thing I need to do is I need to get the onions that I pulled yesterday. I got to get them put up on my curing rack. I also have to go into my husband's tool room and clean off one of the shelves that he has in there because I will put my potatoes in there for them to cure. I'll bring you along as I do that, but I definitely need to get that done and get them out of the wheelbarrow because yesterday I was just too tired and was like, no, not happening. So I do need to get that done today. It is supposed to rain a little later this afternoon, so I may do that this afternoon while it's raining, just because that's an inside job. Um, I do need to go pick some green tomatoes, and then I also need to pick some cucumbers for my neighbor and take them over there. So yeah, that will be another thing that we need to get done. I also have some more harvesting to do because green beans apparently grow overnight. So yeah, so we have more green beans to harvest. We have some more squash that need to be harvested. um, I need to harvest the celery so I can get them dry to make my celery salt. And I think that's going to be about it. And yeah, that's going to be really about it. I will take you along with me because there are several new things that are happening in the garden. Um, one of those new things is my shampoo ginger has sprouted. So I have three lovely plants that are coming along really good. Their first leaves are rolling out, so I'm super excited about that because this will be my first year growing shampoo ginger. And once I'm done with the greenhouse for the wintertime, it will get put into the greenhouse. Uh, oh, also my okra has started to flower, so I'm really excited about that as well. So that's another one of the things. And then what else is happening? My corn, oh, the corn is starting to thicken up on the inside of the stalks. So, well, mostly the gem corn. The sweet corn has just now tasseled and is starting to put off the little hairs and the fibers to get pollinated. So that one's not quite done yet, but the gem corn is they're starting to thicken up inside of the stalks. So, and then, uh, yeah, other than the lilies blooming, oh, my dahlias that I have up here by my patio area, their heads are forming and just about to open. There's like two of them that is kind of almost to the point to where they're about to open. So I'm really happy. I want to see what color they're gonna be because I just got those as bulbs. And to be honest, I forgot what the package says that they were. I just thought they were really pretty, and that's why I bought them. So I'm gonna get when those open, we'll definitely see what those look like. And and I need to harvest more oregano. I really need to cut my oregano back. This will be the third time that I'm having to cut it back, but this is a good thing because my hope is to have enough oregano in my dried herb jar for at least a year and a half, if not 2 years. Just because we don't eat oregano a whole lot, but what I do is I'll dry it back and I use it in my spaghetti, and I'll make some Italian herb mix with it, and a couple other things. But other than that, I really don't use it too much. But I do use a lot of the fresh oregano in my chicken's water, just because in the chicken's water it releases some type of nutrient into the water and gives them like an immune boost. So I like using it. I use it from the baby chicks all the way to my adult chickens, and it really helps them, give them that extra boost in their immune system, especially whenever we're moving from the heat to the cold and then back and forth again, because sometimes the weather here can be unpredictable. Because just not even a week ago we ended up getting down to the 40s, and we're in May, and that's kind of unheard of here. So usually by May it's probably we're steady in the 80s and 70s at night, and rarely ever drop down to the 50s or the 40s. So yeah, so we're going to get all of that done today. But first, it's about lunchtime. Today is Sunday, May 17th, I believe. Yeah, so Sunday, May 17th. But first, I'm going to actually just sit here and relax and feel the breeze and have a little read. And then when I get up, I'll take you along as I do those jobs. Alrighty, guys. So we ended up getting all of the jobs that was on our list to do for this weekend. We did get those done. We have dug the potatoes, we've harvested back squash, we've harvested the pole beans and the bush beans. I ended up pulling up all of the bulbing onions that need to be pulled. So now they're all over on the curing rack now. I just have a few more onions that are still left out here into the garden, and I'm really trying to wait until those fall over and are ready to be harvested before I do. So once I do that, I will add them to the curing rack, and then it will end up being hung up at the top of the shed like I had told y'all we were planning to do. And yeah, I think everything's done that I want it to do. There was a few jobs that I ended up adding to the list that I just really didn't get around to doing. And one of those jobs is cutting back the celery and possibly pulling a few of the carrots and stuff. I did not do those two things only because throughout this week it's supposed to rain pretty heavily this week, or we have a chance to rain every day this week. And what will happen is while it's raining, I can run out here really quick with the umbrella, cut all of my celery back, take them inside and process them and do what I need to inside. So I'm not really worried about that. The same thing with the carrots. I'm not really in need to have carrots for anything right now. I do have some in my refrigerator from when I harvested a couple of days ago. So I'm not worried about that either. But I do now have several open areas in my garden that I have to decide what I want to do with them. I'm thinking about possibly starting some more squash plants just because we're kind of getting toward the end of the season where the vine borer can really affect them. So I think it may be feasible for me to go ahead and start some more seeds for my squash plants, let these come to kind of the end of their life, set up the new areas that I have, go ahead and add in the fertilizer, the granulated fertilizer and things to those beds, have them set and ready for when my new seeds or my new plants are ready to go in. Those will be ready and they can go in, and I don't have to come out here daily worrying about the vine borer at that point. And then by that point also, all of these plants that look lush and beautiful will be probably droopy and sad because I'm out here daily taking off the vine borer eggs, but I can rest assured I'm only human, so I know that I will miss some. I already have 3 plants that I know have been hit by the vine borer, but for whatever reason, the plant is still kicking and still pushing through strong and producing fruit. So I'm just going to let it go until the plant just starts really looking like it's going to die. At that point, I will take and I'll cut it off and go throw it to the chickens and let them have it. But for right now, it's still giving me fruit, so I'm still letting it stay here and take up space in my garden. Um, and that's going to be for all of these. As you can see, I actually have a hole right here because this is where one of that the vine borer had hit pretty heavy, and there were several spots on the stalk or the stem of the plant that was hit with vine borer. So that plant was really suffering and dying back, so I went ahead and just pulled it out. Um, and that one went straight to the chicken. So yeah, so everything, like I said, is looking really nice out in the garden. We're getting that to those times where it's a continual harvest. So now it's going to be up to me to not only come out here and keep eyes on my plant to make sure that the pests are under control, but it's also going to be up to me to come out here and to harvest the things that need to be harvested. Make sure that I am taking them inside, processing them, and doing what needs to be done with them so that they can feed my family. Because what's the point in having the garden to feed your family if you're not going to come out and get the produce, process it, and do what needs to be done with it? That's my whole point in doing this, is to help supplement my grocery bill. So that's it's going to be a little bit extra work on me. The summertime or the late spring into the early summer and into some of the middle summertime, I don't like to plan to go anywhere or to really do anything, just because I know that's going to be the time that my garden needs me the most. Because there's going to be so much harvesting that needs to be done. There's going to be so much pruning and making sure pests are under control. All of that really needs to be done, and it's going to be up to me to come out and do that daily. So again, that's why I don't like to really plan anything during this time period. So for me, it is what it is. I've gotten used to it over the years. So yeah, like I said, everything is looking really good, and y'all can see the wind starting to move in. We actually see some rain clouds off over that way, so hopefully we're going to get some rain this afternoon, and that will make me really happy because then I can go inside and just kind of chill back the rest of the afternoon instead of coming out here to find something else to do. So yeah, so I think that's going to be about it because I do need to go do a couple things in my big chicken pen before the rain actually does end up hitting. I have to refresh their nest boxes, and I need to go ahead and collect eggs and do that stuff. And then I also need to refresh where my baby chicks are, the the shavings and everything at the bottom. I kind of fluff those up and refresh them, just to kind of help with the smell and different things like that. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and go get all of that stuff done, that last little bit done before I have to go inside or it starts raining. So yeah, so I'm gonna call it a day. I'm going to handle those last two little things, and then I'm gonna call it a day for me. So with that being said, from my garden to yours, happy gardening, and y'all have a great one.